Hello everyone, this is Tom Vogel again with Wrestling's Finest PC game. Today's video I am going to demonstrate a bounty match that was added I think a few years ago with one of our updates, and just kind of show you how it works and a little bit of the basis behind it. So first thing, bounty match, back in the territory days, you would see on occasion where, for whatever reason, a champion didn't want to have to defend the title, just wanted somebody out of there, various reasons, but what would be done is a bounty would be put on the head of another wrestler, and usually, not always, but the guy coming in to try to collect the bounty was kind of an evil guy, you know. Not saying that anybody wouldn't try, and they did, but a lot of times you'd bring in these evil, nasty, foreign villain type guys that didn't care about anything but making money. A lot of times they'd have a manager, so that was kind of the basis for the bounty match. Of course, the wrestler who is trying to collect the bounty is always going to be a heel. You do not want to use a face for this because, first of all, a face wouldn't go after a bounty, because I don't ever know of a case where the bounty wasn't placed on a face. So kind of counterproductive. Plus, some of the results off the chart are not going to be face friendly. You know, you're not going to see a face run away. So always going to choose the heel. So for this match, or for this demonstration, we're going to go wrestle, start new match, and I'm actually going to replay an old one, a bounty, where Abdullah the Butcher, in fact, we're going to put him here. I always like to do the heel second. He is going to try to collect a bounty that was put on the head of Wahoo McDaniel. I think I skipped by him. The basis of this, if I remember correctly, I believe Piper somehow, I don't know if it was Piper and Abdullah or Piper and Morocco or somebody, they injured Wahoo, and that made Piper ineligible to be in the, I believe it was the U.S. title tournament due to his actions. I don't remember exactly if he did place a bounty on Wahoo, but I know he did want Wahoo taken out. So, and I think it was Abdullah. So that's what we're going to go ahead and go with here. So it's going to be Wahoo McDaniel, and I'm going to make the computer control him. We're going to keep the pre-match at normal. Here we're going to go heel. I'm going to control Abdullah, and we're going to get ready to go here. So I'm going to click OK. And then we come up here. First thing I want you to look at here is, if you look under the match description, specialty match, we're going to go down here to the bounty match. If I can find it here. Here it is. Through the history of wrestling, placing a bounty on a wrestler's head was used on occasion to either injure him, take him out of a title situation, or simply get rid of someone who a wrestler did not want to deal with. In this match, a heel will do anything he can to end the career of his opponent, and in the process collect a nice bounty for his efforts. The goal is simple. Injure the opponent. Expect more DQs and shorter matches when using the bounty match. If feasible, consider trading legal hammering moves to illegal hammering for the heel. Under options, and this has to be changed, by the way, because a while back we redid the top line menu, and where you make this change that they say under options is now under match setup. What we're going to do is we're going to uncheck the top box for the heel and leave it checked for the face, and we're going to keep the 90-point cut rule checked because that is the default, so we'll leave that alone. So we're going to go done, then we're going to go match setup, we're going to change match type, we're going to go to bounty right here, we're going to click done, choose which wrestler will go for the bounty, and we're going to use the Abdullah the Butcher, the 78 and later card. Remember, you would never select a face. It's always going to be a heel. And 99% of the time, the bounty will be placed on a face. So I'm going to check Abdullah. We're going to go accept. And then what it said was we're going to go here to wrestler 2 trades. And this is where it wants you to trade or reduce the DQs. So we're going to go OK. And then we're going to go up here and we are going to look at trade hold recommendations. And it says that Wahoo should change from suplex, pinhold, body slam. So those would be the ones we want to trade. So we're going to go here and we're going to click suplex, body slam, went out of order here, pinhold. And we're going to trade the suplex to an arm hold to maybe try to wear the big fella down. We're going to trade to a nerve hold. The body slam we're actually going to trade to a leg hold. And then the pinhold we're going to trade to a nerve hold. Again, these are just recommendations. You can study the cards and decide what you want to trade out of. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore those for Abdullah. So now we're back here. Pre-match action. I am going to go for a pre-match attack for Abdullah just because he's trying to collect the bounty. I could have put Roddy Piper with Abdullah, but for this match, I want to keep just Abdullah because I want to, hopefully some of the bounty match charts will come into play. So, and anytime you use a specialty match, what that basically means is instead of using the outside ring chart that's used in a normal match, what a chart is substituted for that. So when outside the ring occurs during a normal match, you go to the outside ring chart to get your result. In a specialty match, like this case, a bounty match, a whole different chart is used. It still can reference the regular outside ring chart, but for this case, the bounty match will have bounty type match results. So here we go. Let's get this started. We'll go ahead and do a pre-match for Abdullah. We're going to go okay. Here we go. One of these. Abdullah the Butcher sneak attacks his opponents. The action spills outside the ring. We have a double count out. So now what I would do is I would do a post-match with Abdullah to see if he still can do damage. Wahoo quickly exits the ring and heads back to the dressing room, leaving Abdullah the Butcher standing alone in the ring. So Wahoo, knowing there's a bounty on his head, quickly got out of there. So let's go back to replay match. Just want to make sure we have everything set up here. Bounty match, tournament DQ rules have been set. We're still good to go. So I should have clicked pre-match, but I didn't. So now the match is underway. Abdullah's overzealous on a shoot-in and Wahoo backs away. Okay, action is happening for the wrestler going for the bounty. Now, if Wahoo has outside ring action come up, he does not use this chart. This chart is only, the bounty chart match is only used for the guy trying to collect the bounty. Wahoo will use the normal outside ring chart. In most matches, other than I think the Grudge, the Go for the Mask, and a bounty match, both wrestlers would use the cage match or the no DQ or the Texas Death or the Lumberjack. But when one wrestler is specific, doing something, I guess defend the titles the same way, that wrestler will use that chart and only that wrestler. So let's see what goes on here. So Wahoo he was trying to go outside the ring, but it was countered. So Abdullah hit him with a chair, 20 off plus 25. So that's like 45 off right out of the get-go. Abdullah has control, legal elbow, pounds away, biting. Now I'm going to look for a strategy card here, see if I have an outside ring one. I don't. So far Abdullah's just, beating the heck. Possible DQ for the Butcher. He is going to stop it. DQ possible, so we might be seeing a DQ here with Abdullah. Abdullah loses his temper and ignores the 5 count. Referee has no choice but to disqualify him. Post-match action, we're going to go for it. It's going to be Abdullah. Okay. Abdullah attacks Wahoo and all heck breaks loose. The referees and other wrestlers try to separate the two wrestlers, but the brawl continues until additional security arrives to restore order. Now, in one of my videos earlier today, I talked about territory replay. See, this would be really a great, let's say you did do a bounty match in your replay, and this result came up. Now, what are you going to do next? Are you going to make it a lumberjack match? Are you going to, the reason I say that, other wrestlers tried to separate the two. Are you going to put them in a cage? Or are you just basically going to kind of start over and Abdullah's going to go for the bounty again? You have to decide what you want to do with this. Or are you just going to say Abdullah had his one shot and that's it? And are you going to have a new wrestler come to the territory, or somebody in your territory? Are they going to try to get the bounty? So let's go replay match. We're going to do a pre-match for Abdullah. Sneak attack turns into an all-out brawl. Both wrestlers get cut. Reduce stamina by 50. Abdullah has a large cut over the eye and reduce it by 50 to Wahoo, and he has 25 for cut. So to start the match, Abdullah's minus 80, Wahoo's minus 75. So what I want to look for here, still don't have an outside ring card. Action is happening for the wrestler going for the bounty. Wahoo has control. He used a strategy card, meaning he used his outside ring strategy card, ran into ring post. Abdullah the Butcher has a large cut over the eye, 30 off, reduce 15. So Abdullah's already in a world of hurt. Look at his pin rating. This is not going well. So Abdullah has 2 outside help cards. Wahoo's going for a specialty. He gets a sleeper. Look at that, 40-40-10 on Abdullah. This could be interesting. So we got a 1, 2, 3. Oh my. So Wahoo put Abdullah to sleep. And how you can look at that is all that blood loss, 60 off. Abdullah was almost passed out anyway from loss of blood. So Wahoo clamped the sleeper on and he put him out. Now, if you want to go done here, maybe you want to say that Wahoo, or depending how you want to look at it, maybe Abdullah was able to recover quicker. Maybe somebody came down. So do you want to do a post-match? Because maybe Wahoo's celebrating. So let's say we do. We go, okay, Abdullah has suffered an injury and just wants to get to the dressing room without any further damage. He had had enough. Getting put to sleep. He goes, I don't need the money that bad. I'll go somewhere else. So let's try it one more time because we're at 13. So let's go pre-match. Abdullah. Wahoo, since pre-match attack is imminent, alerts the referee, who instructs Abdullah to retreat to a neutral corner so we can start. We got a thumb to Wahoo's eyes. Wahoo chops him. Okay, here we go. This came off of Abdullah. Abdullah throws everything he has at opponent, but Wahoo McDaniel keeps coming back. Finally, the tide is turned, and Wahoo gets the upper hand, pummeling Abdullah the Butcher all over the ring. Abdullah the Butcher decides to call it quits and hightails it back to the dressing room. Wahoo wins by countout 203. So that would be straight off the bounty match. It's where the guy collecting the bounty gets the tide turned. He says, I want no more. Sees he's, this guy's just too much for him. And so Abdullah says, I'm out of here. That's why you don't use it for a face, by the way, because could you imagine if Wahoo was going after a bounty? I could never see Wahoo or any other face running back to the dressing room. In this case here, I personally would not do a post-match action. Abdullah's left ringside. I don't want to take the chance that it's just going to be somebody outside coming down, like an ally or something. Abdullah's left. This is done. If I'm running a territory and this occurred, Abdullah would be done for now. He would not come back to my territory. just because he took a shot and he's done. Doesn't mean I might bring him back in a couple months for something else when this is long forgotten, but this is a case where Wahoo avoided anybody collecting the bounty on him. Now it's your call. Do you still want the bounty to still, be out there and try to bring somebody else in? Or does the guy who put the bounty on it all of a sudden say, forget it. Nobody's collecting the bounty. I'm going to have to take care of Wahoo myself. So if it was, say, Roddy Piper who had put the bounty on, he might say, forget this. I'll take care of you, Wahoo. So anyway, I wanted to show you the bounty match. Remember I told you you're going to get more count out or more DQs in much shorter matches because that's the way they were. I think what I'm going to do on the next video is I'm going to do Wrestler Has a Grudge. And what I'm going to do on that one is I'm going to have Piper say, forget it, I'll take care of Wahoo myself. And Wahoo is going to be livid that Piper ever put a bounty on him. And so Wahoo is the wrestler who has a grudge. And the grudge match is the flip-flop of the bounty. And I'll go into that in much more detail when we get that video going. Again, thank you for taking time, your busy life, to watch this video. And again, this is Tom Vogel with Wrestling's Finest PC Game. If you go to, what I'll do one of these times is say real slow the website I have for the game, but if you want to go to our pretty cool Delphi forum, just go to Google and type in Delphi forum Wrestling's Finest, and it will take you to our message board where a lot of great people post, run some great replays, and we have some really good discussions. Hope everybody continues to have a great day, and until next time, I'll say goodbye.